everyone,
Hello.
and welcome to another edition of Why Don't I Know That? Although today, I reckon most people will know that.
Well, I think
It's just a friendly reminder.
Yes, it is. I mean, most people do know it. It's just that they wish that they didn't know it, because then if they didn't know it, it gives them an excuse not to.
They don't feel guilty then.
Yeah, they don't feel guilty about something that they don't know.
Have no regret, no remorse, no guilt.
This is why I didn't really want to do
And
this
indulge.
podcast, because I know everything in here is the right thing to do. It's just sometimes I find the right thing to do a bit more challenging than others.
But it's also about, how people lead different lives, and we're all in different phases of our life.
Yes.
So everyone is going to do this differently.
They are.
Of course, we're talking about the lead up to Christmas and how to stay healthy and not overindulge.
But it's not a time for being healthy. It's not a time for underindulgence.
It can be. Because otherwise we could apply that to every holiday, to every birthday, and then we'd just be overindulging all year round.
Yep, that would be great.
So I suppose this is more for people who need to stay on track, who have done a lot of work in trying to get their health on track and don't want it to come all falling apart come Christmas time.
And look, it doesn't matter if it's Christmas time or any other time. Like before, I've just come back from being to Bali.
Yes.
Prior to going to Bali, I was going to the gym, 4 or 5 times a week. I was feeling super fit. Then you go to Bali and you don't go to the gym. And actually, we did go once. We did. But it was 35 degrees every day. And even though you walk into the air conditioning, it's still incredibly challenging. So you do all this hard work. Yeah. Then you go away, you indulge, and my goodness, it doesn't take long to undo months. And it takes days to undo months of hard work.
It can for some people, and that's just frustrating for a lot of people, thinking, how do I keep it on track?
So for women that are going through menopause, like we talked about before, or perimenopause, and having those symptoms and of being good, and especially, it's not uncommon for us to actually be extra good sort of around September, October, November, because we know December is around the corner.
It's coming.
You know it's coming, and we sort of just resign ourselves to the fact that we're going to put on a few kilos and not feel our best selves. So we're here today to give some tips on how not to do that.
Absolutely. I'll be doing that.
Sure. Diana will be doing most of the talking from here on in.
There'll be a counter-narrative occasionally. Most of it will come from me. I think, you know what, a lot of it too, especially around Christmas time, can be quite cultural too, depending on what your family culture is and what you eat and what those traditional foods are too that you tend to indulge in. I know in my family, special occasions there are foods that we only make on special occasions, and that would be like German potato salad. And that's because it's heavy in fat, right? It's a really heavy carb dish. But when you pair it with really good quality proteins and, balance it out with another green salad or something like that.
What, not breakfast and gravy or steak? It's German potato salad.
Yes. Well, we've sort of modernised it, I think, because... my father's now passed away too, so we'll still do all the traditional stuff, but I suppose then we catered more again because it was cultural to that generation, and now there's my generation and my children's generation that they're more modern twists on the food, but we still we tend to combine the best of the old world with the best of the new world.
It's the old right, and when you don't want to get to Christmas and all deciding who's bringing what. It's like, who's making grandma's cheesecake? Right? Who in the family can make granny's cheesecake?
And who's doing the fruit cake? And who's doing the pavlova?
And
whatever it is.
And things and recipes are just passed down over time.
Absolutely. So, the tip is there, you can still have all those beautiful traditional foods and cultural foods that you know and you love, and that will make your family happy, because they know that that's something for them to look forward to, especially if they're travelling and you're not together all the time, so you don't get to enjoy that all the time. So trying to balance that out with some healthy options alongside it is probably key. And one of those things would be if you didn't want to suffer from bloating or indigestion, try and stick to healthy proteins, and there's lots of those at Christmas, so you're not going to miss out on anything.
Especially in Australia. Seafood.
So you are not missing
seafood,
anything.
Absolutely. If you've got fresh seafood, that's the best high protein, low carb, low fat. If you can live on seafood during that whole Christmas period, you're going to be fine.
I love it. And some salad.
Yep.
Some fruits. I mean,
Mango
how lucky are we
salads.
to have the most beautiful stone fruits at this time of year? So you've got all the cherries are out, and they're a great cleanser. So there's a tip, ladies. Cherries have got really high antioxidants, but they're a great bowel cleanser too. So if you eat a bowl of those at night,
Cherries.
oh my God, I love cherries.
And I find it's one of those things.
Stop, go away.
You're either a cherry person or not a cherry person.
I love them.
Yeah,
they're so good for you. Yeah, grapes, red grapes. If you're going to eat grapes at Christmas time, or for a cheese board or charcuterie board, whatever you do, have red grapes. Again, a really great cleansing effect on the bowel. Not as high in sugar as your white grapes, because white grapes are the ones they make into sultanas, so very high sugar content. So eat red grapes. So there's little tips like that you can include in your kiwi fruit, pomegranate. Pomegranate's another beautiful one that you can include. Great fibre, vitamin C. So it's going to counteract some of the effects of alcohol.
Stop. You're not supposed to go there.
I had to say it. Okay, I'm going to talk about that. The big A word.
I'll be back soon, folks.
I'm going to take a short break from our sponsor. Alcohol is a tricky one. I mean, it is a time when most people go into that coma after Christmas lunch, don't they? But the one thing you do is keep drinking. So you might stop eating, but drinking continues. And, of course, the old rule is have a glass of water between every glass of alcohol. I know that's not everybody's thing, but, if you want to stay hydrated, because alcohol is so dehydrating on the body, that that little bit of extra water in between, maybe even mineral water.
Ice. I just put more ice in there myself. Okay. Yeah, put more ice in the wine.
But yeah, if you want to look, alcohol. A lot of the alcohol that I suppose people drink is like champagnes and proseccos. They are high in sugar. If you're going to go into mixes, then stick to the white, the clear mixes.
Yeah, like tonic and sodas.
Yeah,
not
like
your Cokes and
vodka. Tequila. I was just reading something the other day. There's something going around in social media at the moment about tequila, that it is the cleanest burning fuel. I always thought it was vodka, so I need to do a bit more research.
I like the way Hecke just said that. It is the cleanest burning fuel, because that's exactly what it is.
Well, it is. It's like fire, isn't it?
I can't do tequila anymore.
Yeah, no.
Gosh, I haven't been able to do that for a long time.
What's that saying that used to be on T-shirts? 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila. Floor.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, we're past that.
That now.
But yeah, like your vodka spritzers, things like that, gin, so they're better for you, than some of the other mixes. Obviously, a lot of people are having cocktails. I mean, every time.
Yeah,
and just remember,
are such a thing these days.
but the thing is, every time you have a cocktail, the calorie count in a cocktail is huge. So be careful of that, and maybe try and stick to one.
When you think you're having those espresso martinis and you think you're having a coffee hit, there's a lot more than a coffee hit going on.
I've never had one yet.
Have you not?
No. No, because people tend to have them at night, and then I won't go to sleep. So yeah, look at me. I'm the good girl. I know.
All right, let's move on to our healthy tips
and the yang
for Christmas. All right, look, she's even written down do's and don'ts for a healthy Christmas.
Yes.
Number 1, plan ahead. Having fun yet, audience?
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
Well, we all make lists.
Well, true.
We
yes,
check
we
them
do.
twice. We make lists.
If we do.
That's all it is. It's just a list.
Were you naughty or nice?
I don't have many options.
Don't skip meals.
Yeah, don't skip. Well, I suppose that's the old adage, isn't it, where everyone goes, oh, I'm not going to have breakfast, I'm not going to have dinner, and I'm just going to save it all for Christmas lunch.
Yeah.
And absolutely go for it. And everybody knows what that feeling is like.
Food coma.
And you can't eat as much as you think you can.
No.
To begin with.
Your eyes are bigger than your stomach, that old saying.
Because and why is it at Christmas time that we think we have to eat so much more than we do at any other normal meal?
Not just eat, we have to buy. Like the shops are closing for a month. Like a month.
Like a day.
Yeah, I know, they close for a day, but the shopping trolleys come out and you think the apocalypse was around the corner.
True. It's very true.
It's insane.
So yeah, not skipping meals is a good thing. So try and stick to your normal eating plan. Even maybe you could make your meals a little bit smaller, because obviously you want to eat a little bit more at lunch. But yeah, don't go out of your way to skip meals unless you're doing intermittent fasting. But try and stick to your normal routine. That's all that means. Easy.
I like this one. She says, savour each bite. Slow, mindful eating to enhance the enjoyment of your meal.
What did our mother
my
say?
Goodness.
When we were younger, you've got to chew your food 32 times. Have you ever tried that?
No.
I've
tried to. I have tried, but not feeding 2 times.
Take a mouthful of food and try and chew it 32 times, because what it actually does is it creates obviously more saliva, but it also prepares your stomach for digestion. So you're producing more stomach acid, hydrochloric acid. So it makes it really easy for the food to be broken down and absorbed. So you could probably eat more, and that's when grazing, for lunch, you're actually going to cope a lot better.
Do you imagine sitting at the table going, right, everybody, mouthful, and on the count, 1, 2, 3, chew, 3, 4, chew, 5, 6. You'd be there for hours. Yeah. Right, you are. Okay, next. Portion control.
Yes, well, we just sort of covered that, didn't we? I mean, most people, Christmas portion control is out the window, but for those who are, it's important to, stick to that, then try and stick to your normal.
We've covered hydration, but honestly, seriously, you try and have a glass of water in between each glass of wine, you're full. Therefore, it's a waste of alcohol, because then you're delaying the effects of the reason that you're drinking the alcohol in the first place, because you've got this water thing in the middle.
Oh,
it's just madness.
For those that can't see us on YouTube and are only listening to us on Spotify, you'll notice my face cringing when Kirsty talks about alcohol. So we are in 2 completely different phases of our life. So Kirsty's just turned 50 this year. I'll be 59 shortly. So there's nearly a decade between us.
Yeah, but you don't
look
it.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, thank you, anyway. That's because I don't drink alcohol. No. I am not a party pooper. Let's get that straight. Let's set the record straight. I do love to have a glass of Prosecco or a celebration drink. I really, really enjoy that. And now Kirsty's face is cringing up, so it's okay. But I'm just not one anymore to drink to excess, because I'm already thinking ahead. It's like I do the same with my food. I think I'm so conditioned to think and eat and drink a certain way that I instantly think ahead. It doesn't even take me time to do that. And I will look at a food and I will know the effect that that's going to have on me. And if it's negative, I won't eat it. I've got that sort of, I suppose it's a bit of mind control, a habit that I've set up. And the same with alcohol. I will instantly think of, I don't want a hangover. I'd rather, because I'm one of those early birds that loves to get up and go for a swim.
You miss out, Mona. You miss out on dancing on the table. You miss out being at the kebab shop at 2 o'clock in the morning with your friends singing on
Yes, I do.
I mean, think of all the moments you're missing out on.
I couldn't think of anything worse. All right, it'd be interesting to see if you are listening to this or watching this. I would love to hear your comments. Who do you more relate to? What's your Christmas like? What's your partying like? Is it more like, go a bit crazy, dancing on the table, kebabs at 2, drink lots of alcohol?
Board games.
Yeah, do all that. Or are you...
Mona.
There's only one of me, thank God. No, I do have a good time. I suppose I just pace myself.
Oh, look, on the odd occasion where we have had a quiet New Year's, I have been very, very grateful waking up the next day going, all the others with a hangover, and it's not me.
Especially when I go for a walk down the beach early in the morning, because there's people everywhere asleep from the night before, or, doing the walk of shame home. That's always a really good one on New Year's Day, but I love getting up
probably a little bit
and
past that. I'm not doing the walk of shame.
We'll see. We'll see.
All right, moving on.
Okay.
Moving on. We've done moderate alcohol. We've done that. So we talked about staying hydrated.
Oh, we do have solutions though, don't we? It's sitting between us.
Yes.
So if you do overindulge.
Oh, hang on, we're getting to that. Balancing nutrition and pleasure.
We're following the form today.
We're following the form.
Okay.
Yes, because I got told off last time by the producer, Kirsty. You're just going all over the place. All right, balancing nutrition and pleasure.
Yes. Well, you know what? That can be both.
You could really go places with
nutrition and talking about buying your vegetables. Okay.
Cucumber? Stop it. Right, pay attention.
Balancing nutrition and pleasure. I suppose, when you eat well and when you are in touch with how your body feels when you eat something, for a lot of people that is a feeling of pleasure, because you know how good something can make you feel. So the healthier your diet is, the more you're going to crave those foods. So there's a pleasure in that, right? So you don't have to miss out on nutrition. In fact, you're actually nurturing your body and rewarding it with good things, and it is going to, in turn, reward you with those pleasure signals.
We're never too old to change either. I am. But
So
I mean,
it's
most people, they don't. But, it's really interesting because when we've watched the studies where they've done this with children, where they've never given them any sweets or anything like that, all they've done is given them their vegetables, a little bit of meat, etc. Then they can put them in a room with lollies right next to them, and the kids will always still go for the savoury dish. We're not built to crave or to overindulge in sugar. That's what our bodies are not built for.
Well, natural sweetness. I mean, sweet is one of our senses, which is important, but the natural sweetness should come from fruit. That's what we're designed to eat, and that's where we should be getting natural sweet hits from.
Yes,
natural fructose.
Not from the
fruit.
Not from a bottle of Verve.
No. Well, that's nice occasion. I do like a glass of Verve.
Okay. All right. Well, then, okay. Now, the good thing about indulging, if you must indulge during Christmas period, is that we do have something that can help. And we really do recommend, because
we have a backup plan.
And we have a backup plan. So if you are thinking that you're going to overindulge, and especially if you're someone that suffers from bloating during this Christmas period, and let's face it, most women do, and men actually. It's not really just for women at all.
No way.
But we've got flattening. Okay, and that's
fantastic.
Yes. And it's literally designed, and I'm not saying, ladies, because I shouldn't really say that you can go out and overindulge and then have some flatter in me. And
we're not endorsing.
We're not endorsing that at all.
Crazy.
But it is
super handy to have in the cupboard. Yes. Most women bloat by the afternoon. They find that their digestive function, they're ballooning out, they feel uncomfortable. It is fantastic to take that. It just calms the gut down, soothes the intestinal membranes, helps the elimination pathways, so you can keep indulging.
So you can keep indulging, so you can go for round 2.
If you must, you can.
So let's talk about this, though, for during that period of time. So let's say we're bloating in the afternoon.
Yes.
Right. So when should we take this? In the afternoon? Later in the evening?
Well, my recommendation for flattening is always after lunch or after dinner. I like it then, because you take it after you've eaten, so whatever it's causing the bloating is what needs to be addressed. So it's got your pre and probiotics in it, has kiwi fruit in there, which is really helpful. But the one thing that I love in there is the fennel. So fennel is a little seed that traditionally in Indian countries is actually eaten after meals as a digestive tonic. A lot of the time it's candied, they do have candied fennel seeds, but they are known to just eat the fennel seeds. So if you have fennel seeds lying around, you could do the same thing. That does, you can just chew on those. And in that culture, that's what they do, because they're eating, have a look at what the Indians eat. It's pretty heavy. Meat-based,
very
creamy-based. There's a lot of, rice. So you need help with breaking that down. So traditionally, nature has given them a way to help with that. And that's why fennel is in there. And that's why it's so good. I love the fact that we've put fennel in that product. That, for me, is the number one thing, the key that really helps it to de-bloat and detox.
Okay. Really so good. All jokes aside, I am just being funny, and I know that it's not. I was trying to be sincere, Mona, but there you go. But honestly, if you are somebody that it does suffer with bloating, regardless of the time of year, but if you know that you're more prone to it because you're eating more and drinking more, then we recommend that you get some flatamine, and that'll help you out over the Christmas period. All right, moving on. We're not here to sell to you. We're just here to chat to you. Yes. We've moved to the summary. We're not summary.
Not already.
Well,
that went way too quickly.
Well, it says navigate the festive season through your healthy tips.
Don't forget to, keep up some sort of exercise regime, whatever you do, even if it's walking. Walking is so good for digestion, whether it's morning or afternoon. And I suppose in preparation, if you know you're going to a Christmas party, if you know you're going to a lunch or drinks, then try and shift around your exercise and your normal routine so you can still fit it in, and then you won't feel as guilty. I mean, it is terrible. We shouldn't be feeling guilty for enjoying ourselves. We shouldn't feel, beat ourselves up to have a good time.
But movement, people forget it's moving or walking. It doesn't necessarily mean it's you doing your exercise for the day. It's just a healthy way of keeping your body moving. When you move your body, it does wonders for your digestive and your bowel system. So if you can keep that regular, just if you've got a little doggy, literally, just walk around the corner before you go out. Most people probably do anyway, but have that in mind. Like you're actually doing it for a health reason as opposed to a chore. I've got to walk the dog. Think actually,
and on that point too, don't overindulge your pets at Christmas. Because
oh my goodness, me bar humbug! My goodness,
because that's what the poor little doggies, especially.
Bone.
Oh well, okay, a bone or something.
The ham
is really unhealthy.
It's
for
once
doggies.
a year.
Well, is it for some people? It's a bit more. So I just say be careful, be cautious, because if your dog's sick or really listless, fatigue. Yes, it's expensive, but then you will know that's a direct consequence of, overindulging them at Christmas. So, be kind to your little furry friends. Give them a prawn. They'd be better off having a prawn. Doggies love prawns.
What?
My dog loves prawns. Loves them. It's good for them.
Okay, now I'm curious. Please, anyone listening to this, who feeds their dogs prawns?
I'm sure people do. I'm not the only one. My dog loves prawns. Crumb prawns, raw prawns.
Oh my Lord.
Got some just the other day.
Did you give me a list of things that we can do?
You can just be your authentic, beautiful self. You go and have a good time.
Thank you.
And I suppose on that note, we want to wish everyone else a really happy Christmas.
We do,
don't we?
We do.
Whatever way you celebrate, whoever you celebrate with, it's time to put a lot of stuff aside, I think, Christmas. It is sort of the one time we think that, we all play happy families and all that. And I suppose to the best of our ability, we all try and do that.
We all fake it too.
Yeah, well, just fake it till we make it. There's always going to be that. But,
we've all got that one person in the family.
Always.
Always
Something.
Don't put any comments below about that. Keep that to yourselves.
Don't do that. You don't need to share those things. We all know who they are. And no, we do wish everyone a happy and a joyous Christmas time, and hope that you have a lovely, peaceful time with family, because at the end of the day, that's the most important thing, isn't it? To spend time with family and friends.
Well, you only have one family, you can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family, so you're stuck with them. So you may as well make the most of them and cherish them for the time that they're here.
Absolutely. Do that. So happy Christmas, everyone.
Happy Christmas, everyone. And don't overindulge too much.
Cheers.
Cheers.